Today we're here with
Cristina.
This Jubilee video Cristina was in. You said that there was some tea or just some stuff you wanted to talk about as we're watching it. So usually we watch these and then the next video the person will come and then talk about it. You're gonna watch it with us live right now. We have not seen this. And this video is titled, How Does Body Image Affect These 100 Women? You said they changed the title.
Yeah, they did change the title because it came out and everyone was blowing their brains out at how they titled it. Because I think it used to be like 100 women vote for the best body. And it was like, ooh, like that's
God forbid you say anything.
But I think
but that's the rule.
That's the rule.
I think it's good that you guys haven't watched it yet. I'm here to like tell you the tea. Like, wow, because like there's gonna be stuff that you're gonna go, whoa, and I'm gonna go, well, here's the context, here's what happened.
Okay.
A lot of us wonder how others perceive our bodies, and we're constantly comparing ourselves and our body types. Today we're asking 100 women to decide which person here has the best body. Every single person here submitted a full body photo for our online community to rank. Only one woman was voted best body. Let's see if they can find one. For this round, the people who believe they ranked in the bottom 10 must exit. When you do leave, please exit by pressing the counter and stepping aside. Your time starts now.
I honestly wish that society's viewing of like body.
Oh my God, I don't know if I can make it through this video.
I feel like it's long, but it's not, because we did 3 different prompts in one day. So this was like a 12-hour shoot. This is the last video we did, so people were kind of spent. Honestly, like, not to like drag some of the girls, but like set etiquette did not exist because people were not listening to the director and like the quiet on set, or like, hey guys, we need you to step away, or like, they were not being respectful. So I think at this point, everyone was like spent towards the end of the day. So that's why I think some things weren't said the right way and some stuff didn't come out right.
I already know why this is a great video. Immediately, you're gonna get the, I feel like society's view of the perfect body, it needs to change and this and that. The girls are gonna talk about what should be or what ought to be or how things, how the world should operate, as opposed to how it actually does operate.
I honestly wish that society's viewing of like body types didn't change back from like the Renaissance era. My body shape is so like goddess shape, and like somebody will want me to pose for their painting in the Renaissance. You know what I mean?
I can't make it.
Okay, no, you're gonna, it's fine. So she was correct in the sense that like, oh, in a different time period, right? Like she would have the ideal body type maybe for that time period. Right now, I think it's different, but like, I don't think she was exactly wrong. It's just like, well, that's your opinion of yourself though.
Yeah, correct.
Because this is a poll that was taken essentially from them posting body images of us on their social medias. So it's like, we're not even voting amongst ourselves like, hey guys, what do we think? It's like, no, what do we think people voted for?
Oh,
The people have already decided.
Yes.
And you guys are trying to figure out who did they decide, who did they pick, which is the best thing because you can't do that in real time. Who do you think has the best body? The best is the anonymous. Give it to the outside world and let them cook it up. And usually they will objectively generalize what it should be. So we'll see.
whenever I'm getting tubby and eating too many donuts, I'll just say, but this shit was hot back in the Victorian era.
I don't know that I necessarily feel so confident, like, oh, I have the best body, but I do know, like, objectively, do I get attention? Like, I know I do, so there's, like, a certain, like, objective to, like, what I think. I don't know.
I'm Jennifer.
Can you look at me, just stand up, that's right next to me.
Where, what? This one? Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Jennifer. When I first got here and I saw that I was pretty much the oldest one here, I felt really out of place. Not necessarily insecure, but just the first feeling was just, I don't belong here.
So when I was younger, I had like no curves. I was like super skinny. People call me anorexic or bulimic, and that's like not good in like the Black community, right? You want to be like thick, right? You want to be curvy. You want something people grab on. But like as I've gotten older, I have gotten curvier. I feel like
Sophie, I saw that you just left. Do you want to kind of explain why or share anything about that?
The whole
You're like just trying to go, yeah, I'm gonna go. Can you give us your answer?
You better stop right there. We're gonna, we're
Did they really? And then when she walked out, did they say, hey, can everybody stop for a second?
Yeah.
Oh,
the director would
shit.
quiet everyone on set and be like, hey, we want this person to like have their thing right now. Which I was kind of like, okay, they want the like in the moment raw reaction or
I don't think they need everybody to listen to them.
No, yeah, there's definitely, you know what I am like really
Because then I wouldn't want to go out
surprised
and
They didn't put a trigger warning at the beginning of the video, and I feel like that's just, I mean, again, I'm really
we have to
talking
get a
earlier.
trigger
It's just
warning
like
now.
everyone's, no, and that's the thing, like everyone's so triggered, right? But at the same time, like
Title
there's some
trigger
shit
warning.
said in this video that I'm like, you should have put a trigger warning because they definitely definitely done it on other videos.
Immediately, her walking out first, I'm looking at her, I'm like, ma'am, should have let someone else go, but
I've had a very tumultuous relationship with my body. I thought I could do this category, but the moment before we started filming, like I started shaking and I realized I was just like, I don't really know what I look like to other people. And the idea of like talking about that was like a little anxiety inducing. So that's why I was just kind of like, I'll be the first one out. Like I just kind of wanted to sit.
Well, you knew what this topic was before you came, or no?
You did.
Okay,
You did.
so that's so
There's
signed
two
up.
sides. I'm just like, okay, so she didn't want to be a part of this one, fine. Because personally, like the other two prompts that we did earlier in the day, there was one that I left immediately for. I was like, you know what? It's not me, so I'm not gonna stay.
Got it.
If she really
Twerk contest?
what?
was it a twerk contest?
No, it was the most happy.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I'm depressed.
Did she see that she saw other girls that had a better body? She's like, there's no way I can compete. I don't know what girl goes to the girl's mind.
If you sign up for the hot dog eating contest and you get there and there's hot dogs and you're like, this is too much.
I also don't know what the tension feels like being there, like as a girl with
It was tense.
hearing other girls' answers, and maybe you're just like, I don't know what that feels like, so.
Although it's very tempting to want to give in to this and open this envelope, because that's something I'm so used to do, is comparing myself to others, I am going to make the active decision to not look at it because I don't.
Oh my God.
Come on.
I'm not going to open this. Oh my God.
That was performative.
Did they plan her?
I don't think they planned her, but she does have a really good following on social media.
Or I would at least be like, yeah, I'm not gonna show the camera, but okay.
Yeah, everyone could find out their ranking by like emailing the director. So I reached out later on and found out.
Okay.
But,
Can we hear yours at the end or no?
Oh, yeah, no,
Okay,
sure.
bad. We'll save that.
I think I look great, and I'm so thankful for what my body can do, which has really helped me practice body positivity. Like, I'm mobile, I'm standing here, I can walk, I can hike, I can swim. So grateful for it. But I know society doesn't view me that way. They view me as like, oh, put down the burger and go to the gym. But that's like, you don't know what I'm doing in my personal life.
Sam, I saw that you just left. Can you tell us why you did?
Yeah, so I don't necessarily feel like I fit into the standard of beauty that people might perceive as like attractive. So I see where I have some qualities, but others I don't.
Just the word salad that people have to come up with.
Yeah.
So like, I just view the way that other societies view my personal image of beauty standards. I'm not within that. Just say you don't think you look good and then just.
I feel like it's hard though when everyone's staring at you.
This is also the women's episode, so it's like,
exactly.
no one's gonna say, I feel ugly, I'm a fucking go. It's always society's always mean.
When I was growing up, I had very poor self-image, and in high school, I actually used to keep a mental list of people around me, of their attractiveness and how I rated on that scale, and I always rated myself super low, and I noted that it was extremely detrimental to my physical and mental health. And I felt like I've gotten really good about, if something starts to trigger you, you need to walk away. So I felt inclined to step back so that I could let everyone else have, the stage to, rank themselves.
Congrats.
Do we get to know her number?
No, they didn't do it for everybody.
Some agencies want me to gain more weight because they're saying I want your curves to show more.
Yeah.
And if I were to do the exact opposite, lose, no matter what, because I have a chest and an ass, I could never be what's considered a normal model.
Yeah.
It's either curve or normal.
Jennifer, can you tell us about your thoughts of your body image?
Oh,
Look, here I am.
Yeah, I'm an open book. So it's not just the divorce, it's more just having to be an acceptance as you get older. Because it's not, I was talking to the girls, it's not just how big you are. It's I look in the mirror and I'm like, holy there's wrinkles there, or my arms, and it's just and how men perceive me. And so it's more like that. And my ex had said to me at one point, it doesn't matter what you look like anymore at your age.
And that's crazy.
Wow.
And I don't
Hold on, who just pushed that button?
Probably did mean it, because men get praised for aging, and women, their value goes down.
Yeah. I read people really well, and so I'm it was just this constant mirror, or going in the store now, single. And when I was younger, men actually looked at me. Now I'm invisible. I didn't realize how much I used to get hit on, or I used to get looked at, or just attention and almost that validation. And it just has altogether stopped. And I'm putting myself out there and which is great, but it's just, you know, or even the last 2 years, because I've gained weight with menopause. And when I see people who haven't seen me, they're used to my old body. And the look of disappointment or the look of surprise when I see people.
She'd be pretty hard on herself. How old is she though? Probably like 50?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess like late 40s, 50, or the 50s, yeah.
I was thinking about wrinkles. I was thinking about this bad haircut I just accidentally got. I was thinking about like more just, you know, that. And then if it's being judged by society, I was like, I'm out first, you know, just because I haven't had a lot of confidence in that realm.
You went from guys used to always look at me, now that you're invisible. Imagine being a guy, no one looks at you at all, ever, for your whole life. And then when you try to go up to them, they go, ew, get away from me, pervert.
So round 2 is about to start, and it's only went down 10 people in fucking 6 minutes. Jesus. I don't know how long it took. People like were refusing to walk out, like leave, because it's self-elimination. So like all the girls that just pressed it.
Is it in the cut or the director's like, yo,
The director literally had to preface at the beginning of the video and be like, hey, like some of you guys were cast after like we had already posted all the full body photos for people to vote for. So since you don't even have a photo submitted, please leave immediately. We're running short on time. Like, let's get this going. And people still didn't leave. I was like, guys, like it's not gonna be you because like you don't even have a.
You're not even in the poll, bro.
If you believe your body is in the bottom 50, so that means 40 people need to leave. You guys have 5?
They didn't waste any time.
I feel like I have been blessed genetically, but at the end of the day, when I went to college and I gained 40 pounds, I was the one that had to bring it back, you know? And I feel sometimes guilty for like expressing this.
So do you think you're top 50 or what?
Like, especially when it comes to like my content creation.
We're bringing the scale out.
We're bringing the scale out. We need people to leave.
I don't like that she said like, oh, you know, I gained 40 pounds a lot with a bigger girl right next to her.
Yeah, no,
like,
yeah, it is.
Are you saying that if you're bigger, you're not beautiful? Because like you can be a big girl and be pretty, you know? It's just like if you're gonna be saying like, oh, and I gained weight, because that's the worst thing that can happen, right? Like
big girl right there.
Yeah, like that's kind of fucked up.
This cracks me up because he's going on some Shakespeare monologue, and it's like, look, I don't care about how you grew up. Who looks the worst? Walk. All these like growing up in society, like men, and then I gained 40 pounds. And that's when my sister's brother said that you look good. All right, enough with the powwow.
Growing up, like people were always telling me like, you're so sick, like you need to eat. Like, but I was eating and I was like happy, but that made me feel like insecure, especially from being a dancer.
Okay, so for the game that we're here to film.
Into my body, and I have a more mature build. And now people are like, oh, you're so curvy, like, ooh, body. And I just don't know how to feel anymore, because like people went from calling me a bone to like calling me curvy.
So I feel like media is like not also just like brainwashing everyone.
I think about my arms every single second of the day.
Like people literally risk their lives to have your type of body.
Exactly. Literally for this body, people go and build it. And they're real. Everything is, there's no like, I've not done anything bad.
I think I've grown so much more confident in how I look at my body now, which is why I was able to be confident in the fact that I'm at least top 10. I've struggled for a long time with like my weight and how I look and my proportions and whether my proportions are correct. But I've come to a place where I love every bit of proportion, every angle of my body now. Yeah, I think my body is beautiful.
So I think that she said it really well versus the other girl with Saul. Saul was just like, well, society wants me and blah, blah, blah. And like, and then Sandasiwe was kind of like, I think my body's beautiful because of this. Didn't talk about society, didn't talk about anything. And I was like, that's a good way of putting it, done.
But my main thing about just having a bigger body, it's really that I'm always gonna be negatively perceived.
Because like growing up, I was pretty skinny and like never had to think about my weight. I could eat whatever I wanted, never thought about it. But then I hit like 19, 20 and I just started gaining weight. Every day I'm frustrated with myself.
I did 10 years ago have a really, really bad eating disorder when I was in high school, and I almost died. And it's not something that I feel like gets validated very often because people like think it's like such a non-issue to be worried about being too skinny.
I think I have a pretty good sense of self-awareness, and I know that I'm not necessarily what society deems as beautiful or has an ideal body type. I don't think that's a reflection of me though and how I view myself. So if it were a matter of who's the most confident in their body type, I would have stayed all the way to the end, but it's about how other people perceive us.
If they did who's the most confident in the body, yeah, they all would have.
Yeah, nobody would have left.
And I just know realistically that there's obviously trolls online, and people in America just have a different viewpoint of plus size women. So I decided to leave pretty early on.
She's has a higher number. That means like
Lower.
she's like the lower than
Give her
right?
90.
I haven't seen all the women technically, because if there's 60 other women that look like her, then I'm like, I don't know where to put you.
Right.
I give her 85. 89.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I think I submitted a bikini photo, so I knew I was showing everything that I have. It's what I expect. It's, you know, society's standards.
Society's the worst.
I think a lot of men vote in this also, and I have a fiance, and I'm a lesbian, so I don't really care what they think.
Oh, Jesus. It's gonna be all these views and I'm crying. My mama gonna get me. I really thought I could have this conversation with y'all, because I'm really a confident person to my definition. I go out in the world confident, knowing that I'm a child of God and I love people.
Imagine being the director and you're on a time crunch. Like you only have the studio space for
I know, you
2
got-
hours.
You got like 30 minutes left.
And everyone does like an in tears monologue as they exit. Growing up, I never thought I was beautiful. The director, okay, you gotta do the Oscars music to start playing it to
not
get him to go.
And that sucks because I feel like that played into why like tensions were so high and like maybe things are coming out wrong in terms of like
Maybe the back end people were trying to push it along.
yeah, because like in the background like the director had to be like, guys, we gotta people have to leave because we took so long on the other videos.
That's crazy.
They weren't listening.
But my relationship was
Boring. Tell her to leave. Sorry. Just like, okay, like you crushing the world out there, but like, okay, cool. You lost the game, whatever. Go. Like, this is what it is.
You know, it's always
say fuck the game and go. I'm like, I ain't gotta.
It's always hardest not to laugh when you shouldn't be laughing. Let me run that back because you didn't let her open.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be listening right now.
This is the reason why I think they need to have a shorter warning because she talks about.
Well, they should have cut it out then. The editor should have just cut this segment out and said kept the beep and kept it pushing.
and I'm a dancer, and I express that when like through movements and somatic exercises that I love to move, but I am a victim of assault.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there should be a trigger warning there. Yeah.
I have more of a relationship with my soul than I do with my body. So to stand here and y'all be like, girl, my boobs are this and my butt is this, I don't know. I really have no clue. Like I'm in the mirror, but I'm not really in the mirror. So I just admire all of y'all for being able to acknowledge your beauty, because I know.
The sad music in the background.
Oh, I love y'all.
I can't recall even saying a word in the circle at all. I had a hyper confidence before walking into the room, like this is gonna be easy, I can pretend. And I just couldn't get myself to muster out a single word or answer a single question. I walked away because I knew that I didn't have a relationship with my body because I couldn't even pretend that I did.
Like she doesn't know what she looks like, kind of like body dysmorphia. Like she doesn't know what she looks like.
Like how she's perceived by other people or her own self. She doesn't even know her own.
Yeah, same thing with like Sophie at the beginning. I feel like she got to a point she's like, I can't do this anymore.
Okay, well, I'm going to open it because I think that why not? I'd be wondering forever, right? So what? It's 75. So I was ranked 75th. So I wasn't in the bottom 10.
Which is lit. That's great for your age.
I feel like if I would have highlighted my boobs or like done something like that, or maybe it would have been different, but I really didn't want to do that because I feel like nowadays that's all I get attention for. But I am appreciative of this because that's cool, because I saw the beautiful women here and they were all young. So I'm like right away, I'm definitely in the bottom 10 because yeah, there's no doubt about it. But like, so cool, thank you.
We have 1 minute left and we still need 8 people to leave.
Oh, come on.
So those are the facts.
Oh, that's awkward.
I was gonna point out also, if you're a guy commenting on a woman's body, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So if I say, damn, she got a nice ass, or shit, wow, her glutes are incredible. It's like ew, you better not talk about her body. And then if I say, I don't like her behind region, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're the meanest. If you acknowledge a woman's beauty, you're creepy and a pervert and need to stop talking about because you're a sexual freak. And then if you say, I don't like her, then you're an evil, misogynist monster.
So 8 people, you gotta get out.
This went on for like minutes and minutes. Obviously edited to make it seem like it was shorter. But
Really?
Yeah. Like it got to a point where the director was like, guys, if we aren't able to finish the video, there's
no video.
There's no video.
Now we're left with people who believe they have the top 50 most attractive bodies in the entire room. However, for this next round, we're asking you to leave unless you believe you have one of the top 10 best bodies.
Well, y'all need to start moving.
Another 40 people have to leave. Your time starts now.
We're talking.
Uh-oh. Cristina. All right, in this moment, how are you feeling about your body compared to these women?
Because we had already done 2 other videos, on those other 2 prompts, I left pretty early on. So I wasn't really involved in any discussion. I hadn't had any like moment on the screen, so to speak, or whatever. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay a little longer for this one because I'm also feeling more confident for this premise than the other ones. So when we got down to top 50 and they immediately were like, hey guys, we were gonna go round by round 10 each. You just need everyone to leave unless you think you're the it person, basically. Yeah. I was like, well, I don't think I'm an it person, but then my circle of girls that I was standing in, we started talking. So I told myself I was gonna stay at least until like top 20 or something.
Love how petite you are. I just want to put you in my pocket. Smile, thank you so much.
I feel like everyone was like, well, I'm like thin. I'm like, okay, realistically, in 1,000 strangers voting, they probably want like the curvier girl, I think.
Someone with a small waist, but
skinny, but thick.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually want to say that I love that we're all melanated and we're all different shades, and it's all beautiful.
I'm trying to feel better about myself and like gain strength and just not compare myself to others. I feel like a lot of us have even said it. It's just like we don't feel confident because we don't think someone else is going to vote for us, and it's like, well, you should think that you're just vote for yourself.
I'm gonna cancel myself because I honestly hate how that was taken not out of context, but like there was so much more said. I still said that, and at the end of the day, I feel like I realized halfway into the video or a little further in, I was like, no, because everyone here was just trying to stay the whole time. From the other 2 videos we had already done earlier in the day, people were just trying to stay. Why are you staying for all 3 videos at the very end? And it's just like, you already had your opinion expressed, like let someone else share.
So how's everyone feeling? Is anyone decided if they're gonna leave this round?
I'm gonna leave. I have decided. And I've decided only because I am still finding that love again that I had.
Okay.
The host was like, I was just asking, like.
I think definitely I need to get back to that because that's when I was my happiest and that's when my bravest. Right. And I want to be in the entertainment industry. I'm a Broadway girly. I want to be
So we got like 20 minutes left.
The lid.
I haven't seen my family all day. I'm just trying to go. I have a cat at home. I have 3 dogs.
As we decided if we're leaving or not, I decided I'm leaving, but only because growing up, I never had the perfect ideal, and my body type is that, and I want to be a model. And I'm melanated, by the way, if you haven't seen. And being a black person, you know, growing up, it's hard for us, but bro.
Okay guys, it looks like time's running out, so people need to start to leave.
Out of what year is it? And I because that's like
yeah.
People together.
Yeah, I'm seeing some people that shouldn't be staying.
They didn't all look the same. So then I started to question myself a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I got bullied into staying at some point because everyone around me was like so encouraging, like, you can't leave. I got straight up told, like, you can't leave, you better stay. And I was like, you know what, you're right. I know I have a great body. I should.
I could tell sitting down.
Yeah.
Sorry, back, you're chilling.
Still need 11 people to leave. Time is running out.
Stop.
Great. Thank you. I think 9 more people have to go.
Okay,
Damn,
so
that's a whole model.
those 2, they were both beautiful. They tried to stay for all 3, and I was like,
I feel like you were one of the best though.
I said top 20, and I was like 14 when I left or something. So I was like, you know what, I'll
so you
leave,
still
I'll
got
leave.
what you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're down to our final 10. Somehow we did it. All right, everyone, we have made it to the final 10, but I just want to say that I'm really impressed with everyone's bravery and that you all are so beautiful. So thank you for participating in this. You guys are the 10 that believe you have the best bodies in the entire room, but we do have to narrow it down to just one person. So one by one, let's go around the group and discuss who you would like to nominate to be the one.
I would say that as of right now, like, I would vote Saul. I just know that America, they like curvy, they like the slim. You have both of that, so.
Slim thick.
If I was to go off of like who people would vote online, I would say it was Saul as well.
Thank you.
I think currently what is, trendy is kind of a slim, thick body type. So I would say Sandy Siwe.
As like an African American woman, it is known to be like curvier and it is kind of more on trend these days. So I'm gonna say Sandy.
Out of them, I'm going with her.
I don't really know much about American body standards. I didn't grow up in America. What I've learned over time is that American body standards are constantly changing. It's whatever's trending. Like you guys said, the slim, thick look is the thing, which is also why I think, girl, I don't know your name.
What's all?
They just both have dump trucks. That's kind of it. And they're like clearly like in shape.
They both look like fit and strong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to look at it as just what is never leaving, what is always in, and what is always going to be like treasured or valued. And that is why I'm gonna pick Eb. I've never seen a body that is just so proportionate, so I pick you.
I would say it's Wasal.
Thank you.
I think, like she said, Ebony has just a very timeless physique, but I think I just want to shout out every single girl here. They're all so beautiful. Everyone has fit the body standard at least at one point in their life.
Because it's all like hoopla, performative talking. But imagine if you went up to one of these women and said, "You look like Lizzo. You remind me of Lizzo." And if the woman got offended at that, it's like, oh, why would you be offended at that? Lizzo's beautiful. Not to say that people should go and do that, but I'd be very curious to know if I compared any of these women, like one of the big women, you remind me of Lizzo. Or one of the smaller girls, you kind of got Lizzo vibes. It's easy to say, everyone here is perfect and beautiful until you get compared to someone who you think in your head isn't beautiful. Because in all these girls' group chats, you don't think they've ever said something slanderous about another woman's body. But when it comes to the Jubilee set, they're all beautiful and melanated. All these girls that broke up with their man's got a new girl, she's not even as cute. They're quick to be real
like
there.
their friends are saying it when I'm like, oh my god, she's so beautiful. They're like, no, you're so much better. And I'm like, wait, so when does womanhood really exist then?
Boom.
Like in the circle I was talking with the girls with, everyone was like, what do you guys think it is? Do you think it's someone big, skinny, like fit, blah, blah. And I was like, I think it's whoever looks like they work out and like take care of themselves the most, which is also hard because like someone bigger, someone smaller who doesn't show it like they're working out could work out a lot. But anyways, but we were all saying like it should probably be somebody who's like slim thick.
And there's evolutionary reasons why humans find that to be attractive. Just simple biology and simple evolution where, oh yeah, large rear and then large chest area means good for reproductive reasons. And then not carrying excess body fat means like healthy, could live longer, nails, skin tone. Like there's things that people look for.
It looks like you guys have reached a consensus, and the person with the most votes is Wasal.
Thank you.
So everyone else can leave the group, and it's time to find out if Wasal is the one. So how do you feel right now?
I feel good. I feel grateful. I feel appreciated. And it's a weird thing being here because in the most humble way, I could say it makes sense. But I also have seen multiple.
Oh, that girl right there. No, that one in the back. What are we doing? Where was she in the top 10?
All right, Wasal, if the light turns green, you are the one. And if the light turns red, it means that somebody else in this group is the one. Let's change the light in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, shit. That's tough. That's a bit embarrassing.
No, it was super embarrassing.
Look at it. Do I have to show it? Okay.
She could be 2, she could be 3, she could be 4.
Lucky number 13. When I first got here, I looked around and I saw a sea of beautiful women with beautiful bodies. So I'm
number 1 for me.
Wasal, that means you are not the one. So let's find out who the one really is. So please step forward, Sandy Siwe.
Oh, okay. Oh. And she low-key look even thicker than the other girl.
So Sandy Siwe, you were just named the one. How are you feeling right now? I see that you're kind of emotional.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people here, I have a weird relationship with my body. I grew up in South Africa, there's a lot of white people, and I went to a majority white school. I wasn't the standard there, so that impacted the way I looked at myself for a long time. And I never thought I had like a desirable body until I moved here. And when I moved to the US, I felt so much love from like Black women in the US. I stopped thinking about my thighs all the time. It used to be such a huge insecurity. I have an Audi, and I used to worry so much about like people being able to see my stomach. And it was like things like that where I started realizing some of like the things I didn't like about my body were just irrational. There were things that were beautiful, things that other people were seeking out. And instead of looking down on my body, I should be grateful for what I have. And the fact that I have a functioning body in the first place, and I have a body that I know is desirable. Thank you.
I've always seen it's the girls with really, really nice bodies a lot of times that don't know, or they'll be like, I have body dysmorphia, or oh, I hated this about me. In a way, weird when I hear that coming from someone, because it's the same way the kid would get like a 95 on their test and be like, it's not 100 though.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there with a fucking scraping by with a D.
Where do you guys think I rank?
I know for a fact you were top 10.
Like 9 to 12.
I got number 20.
Oh, exactly kind of where you're gonna head
That's
up.
literally when I was like gonna head out too. I was like, wow, the self-awareness.
Interesting.
I would also like to look, because a girl could wear a set of jeans on this set and wear a sundress and they're gonna look different.
Well, and that's why they all made us all wear kind of the same thing. They were like white top because they wanted us to all look as similar as possible, so to speak.
I would have given you higher, personally. And now the comments. This was weird. Glad I'm not the only one who finds this weird as fuck. People's self-esteem may never recover from this. I know it's for reassurance, but I don't like how the statement, you are still beautiful, carries a condition of you still have worth in society. Not them changing the video title name, can 100 women find the perfect body, to how does body image affect these 100 women? Putting 100 girls in a room to talk about their body and if they like it or not on Women's Day is crazy. No one's allowed to comment on women's bodies, including women, especially not guys. Everyone's beautiful, except people only say that on social media and in public. They don't say it in private in their group chats with their friends.
Yeah, because there's probably some girls in group chats where like, you definitely had a better body than that girl, or that were in the exact video, but then yet in the comments, this is so weird. That's the point of a social experiment. What happened?
point.
What would the response be?
The concept of rating women's bodies to find the most perfect is so f***ed up. Aren't people the first to say like women are so strong and women are so powerful, but they lose their shit in a YouTube video?
I felt bad for Wasal because she kind of got eaten up in some of these comments. It's the stuff that she was saying that people were like, whoa.
Was like she was too cocky about it or
Yeah,
something?
and then like that statement at that when she was like, in the most humble way possible. It
Well, I
makes
feel-
sense. I was
yeah. Which is also crazy because everyone on this thing loves saying, when we're all beautiful, we're all the best, everyone's perfect. And then when a girl's talking about something, I can see why I'm the best, it's like you conceded, bitch.
But I think that sometimes you need to let other people do the talking for you. You can't be hyping yourself up, in my opinion, the way that she was going about it.
I agree with that completely. I think in reality, yeah, you have to let other people do the talking for you. In the spirit of women's empowerment, she should have been allowed to say that. And who are the first ones to criticize her? Other women for hyping herself up and maybe even having an inflated sense of self or ego or whatever. And she clearly has a lot of self-esteem. And who's the first people to cut her down? Other women in the comment section.
So did they do a guy one?
That's what people in the comments were asking. I don't know if they're going to, since this
Just
was
because
so
of this?
poorly received.
I would just be curious,
Concept,
what is
yeah.
the
Yeah, what do you guys
1,000
think?
women or men think the
Yeah.
ideal height or size of a dude is? Because I would assume it'd probably be some like 6'3", wide, broad shoulders or clean cut face. Like,
I think it'd be somebody tall for sure.
watch them keep the actual title.
Women are very quick to judge men on their bodies.
And height.
He's short, small dick, etc., etc. Can't do it to a woman. Too fat, too skinny. How fucking dare you? The hypocrisy of judging bodies that's so bad. But I go on a dating app, only dating dudes 6 feet tall.
Hopefully Jennifer finds love.
You think she initiated her divorce? We don't know.
Don't know.
And I was thinking about this. I saw this comment here. The level of delusion that came out when they said, if you think you're in the top 10% is wild. And like you've been saying, bunch of women, there's 50 women. If you're in the top 10%, stay. Not leave. You would have expected people to be like, I'm not the top 10 and leave. But no one wanted to leave, to the point where the directors had to start screaming at them, saying, ladies, we're gonna have to cut this whole thing off if y'all don't leave. And it made me think, nobody really tells the truth to women, including women, and also men too. Because on social media, if you have Instagram and you're a girl, and you have a friend group, it doesn't matter how much you weigh, what you look like, or anything. Women are gonna gas you up. Whether your friend would actually trade bodies with you, want to trade faces with you, and actually thinks you're the hottest shit, women will just cap and
Same
say,
with a dude trying to get in there too.
and that's what I was gonna say too. And men will lie to you too. They'll give you sexual attention. If everyone in society is treating you like the best thing since sliced bread, how could you not believe that that's what you were? If I go on my Instagram and I post a caption and everyone's like, so fucking funny. At a certain point, I'm like, damn, I might be kind of fucking funny, bruh. And it's like, how could I be wrong? They're eating it up. They love my shit. If you're a woman, that's what happens.
And then you go somewhere else and you try to be funny and you're not. You're like, something's wrong with them.
But the thing is, society has no problem telling men where they go wrong or if they're unattractive. If you're ugly as a dude, the world lets you know very quickly. If you're not funny as a dude, they'll let you know. And even if you are handsome, the world will still be like, yeah, I don't like you for whatever reason.
I think it's something we can problem solve. Because like I saw, this is a whole nother, doesn't even compare, but Ryan Garcia or other people that are like trying to expose the truth of the Illuminati and high elites doing these rituals, and all the comments are like, we gotta do something to stop this. And it's like, well, can you? Because those people are gonna still do it. How are you gonna, even if we find out the dark secrets, how are you gonna stop them? And then if we're going on this long for how the women, men, everybody treat each other, and there's like this like false truth to some things, is there even a way to solve it?
I would argue you can't fix it.
I love when people do all the conspiracies and try to break down stuff, and we have to stop this, the rituals in the Illuminati, and it's like, well, what are we supposed to do about it? And then I guess, yeah, same with this, you could be the one to point it out and say, you know, and this is why it's weird. People are just going to go continue to go do it. So it's like some people can at least step back and kind of see that's what's happening.
Yes.
Or understand like, oh, that's kind of how it is. Like, would you say there's maybe that girls, whether they're your IG friends or like real homies, if they were to comment something on your photo that you're not even friends with that girl and think she's being truthful towards you, or
is it backhanded?
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, when I get comments when I like post a picture on like Instagram or something, people are like, oh my god, body, or like they say something about like my hair, like whatever the compliment is, if it's like a physical compliment about me, I take it to heart, and I think it's like a real compliment. That's why I don't think that one part where she was like, oh my god, I just want to say you're so like petite and cute and I was like, just that, for in my experience, anytime someone said that to me, I'm like, that's backhanded. Maybe it wasn't, like maybe she down just like, you're so cute and petite, like da-da-da. But some girls also don't like to be told they're tiny.
Yeah.
Like that was something I struggled with when I was like a teenager all the way to like my early 20s, is that like I was always like a really skinny, like tiny thing. Didn't have like any kind of like figure. Boobs didn't come for a long while either. So it's just one of those things where like someone was like, you're so cute and petite. I was like, no, like.
So tell me this, you've commented on women's Instagram pictures before.
Yeah.
Have you ever done this in your life? A girl that was you deemed to be objectively unattractive, and you commented a compliment. You're so baddest bitch. You ate.
I don't think I've done that because I'm not fake.
Do you think that's most women?
No, that's not most women.
I also don't think a girl would admit
I
that
also,
too.
no, but like this is, I have like friendship pacts with like my girlfriends where I'll be like, hey, me personally, I don't want to gain weight in an unattractive way, because you can gain weight in a healthy way. I've had pacts with my friends like, hey, tell me when I start getting big, because like for me that is not attractive to me. Some people like big girls. I don't want to be a big girl. So that being said, I'm like, don't tell me if I'm getting like bigger, like whatever. I have said that to friends of mine who are big girls, and they're like, you got it, girl, like I got you, whatever. So I'm real, and I don't say, like, it's the same when people are like not saying the elephant in the room. If I have a friend of mine who's a bigger girl and she's like, oh, I just feel so big, I'm not gonna be like, no, you're beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. Facts. I'm saying I'm fat, like, and I'm like, right. And the correlation is like, if you're big, you're not beautiful. And I'm like, no, that's not true. Like, you can be big and beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But it's people saying like, oh, I feel so big. And it's just like, no, like, you're beautiful. It's like, well, I said I'm big, not ugly.
I also think even if you told your friends, yeah, if I start putting on pounds, tell me, I don't even think they would. It's in a woman's nature to not want to be extremely confrontational and say things that are uncomfortable, because women are nurturers by default. So they don't want to be like, yo, you get kind of fucking big. Whereas men, that's what men do. Men roast each other and be like, hey, fat ass. I mean, even you asking someone to keep it real with you is not common.
My sister even, I'm just like, hey, tell me, please. Like,
sister might be the only one to really for sure.
I know, my sister's gonna,
because sibling love is different.
Oh yeah, the sibling love
is a little different.
It upsets me that that's the world works in a way where reality is seen as mean. So if I say, oh,
right,
this person's face is unattractive, objectively speaking, that could be true, but it's seen as mean. I even get told that if I'm like hanging with a girl and I'm like, oh, those shoes look like this. you're mean. I'm like, no, I'm trying to help you. I'm actually being truthful because I care. I want to help you.
But they'll be quick to roast your shoes or my shoes. I'll be like, yo.
That's a fact.
People want people to be real until it comes to like physical attributes.
Or be real, but not with me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I did it wasn't Jubilee, it was David Alvarese's video where it was me and 5 other guys. And it was like, who's the strongest, I think was one of the prompts. I immediately was like, oh yeah, I'm not. And I didn't feel inclined to be like, I'm one of the best. There's a personal trainer who's fucking ripped. And then I'm looking at myself, I'm like, I look like a fucking melted Twix. I'm gonna sit down here and it's not a good feeling. Doesn't matter how I feel about it. It's the truth. But I don't think people are ready for that.
That's what I did on the other 2 videos. I left immediately for one of the other prompts because I was like, I know it's not me, so why am I gonna say?
Yeah.
Let me leave.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because the other 2 prompts weren't about like physicality, and this one was obviously because we're literally looking at a body and going, no, yes, no. Like girls just did not want to leave.
I think a lot of the girls, if they would have left, that's the cognitive dissonance where their entire worldview is, I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm that. By leaving, they're sort of shattering their own head of self-belief or whatever. So it's a lot easier to just stay and be like, no, I'm this. This is what, I'm clearly one of the top 10s. As opposed to, maybe I'm not who I thought I was. I'm living a lie. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna stay in there.
Peace.
Peace.